Greetings, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Tyler Ellison, and I'm going to be bringing through Ryo today, and he's going to be speaking about the cannabis plant because, as you know, today is 420, which is a widely celebrated cannabis-centric holiday. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring him through, and sit back, relax, and enjoy. It is our species' highest joy and passion to be able to interact with each of you through this particular channel. We shall now describe to you all the nature of the plant you call cannabis. So, one of the major functions of this plant is to remind your people that there is more to existence than the physical reality. Many of you, through addiction to the physical mind, numb out the idea of the spirit realm, numb out the idea of the extra-dimensional levels to your experience. And when you consume the cannabis plant, through eating it, through vaporizing it, through smoking it, you begin to activate different parts of your consciousness that know fundamentally there is more to the existence than just the physical reality. So it acts as a permission slip, a tool to assist you all in transcending the limitations of the physical mind. In many ways, this plant is very much connected to the planet that you call Saturn. In ancient days on your Earth, Saturn was considered to be the highest god, the highest planet, having to do with the idea of representing a border between the physical universe and the non-physical spiritual expressions of the universe. Saturn represents the bridge. It represents the threshold, the boundary that in many ways separates, in a certain sense, these two levels of experience, physical and non-physical. So when you are interacting with this plant, you are allowing for yourself to begin to transcend materiality. You're beginning to transcend the idea of your physical bias so you can experience more of the non-physical, more of the spiritual. In many ways, it acts as a bridge that, when walked across, begins to awaken your consciousness to what you would call the zodiacal realm, the star realm, even the galactic realm. So the cannabis brings you to that Saturnarian level, and should you walk across that bridge that represents that threshold, you will begin to interact more greatly with stellar consciousness, with star consciousness. And this prepares you to interact more holistically with what you would call the source level, the divine mind. Now, when cannabis is used as an escape, when it's used as a type of numbing agent, it can, in a sense, have the opposite effect. For when cannabis is used in a more negative way, instead of assisting you in transcending materiality, it can actually entangle you more with it. For cannabis also is deeply connected to the energetic frequency that you call karma. In other words, when you utilize cannabis, it can bring up the idea of energies that have been repressed, of energies that have been avoided, and this can, in many ways, elicit what some people call the dark night of the soul. It has to do with the idea of facing one's shadow. And when cannabis is used in a way that is negative or is avoidant, it can actually act as a certain type of abyss that an individual descends into, where the things they have been attempting to avoid then come to the surface. And this is not a negative thing. It's not as if the plant is punishing you or anything like this. The plant brings these things up so you can actually overcome them, so you can transform them. And this, in a sense, liberates you energetically from the entanglements to what you would consider to be the material world. Because as you know, your conflicts and your negative, you could say, entanglements or relationships exist in the material world. So once you have transformed those things, it's as if you are less entangled to materiality. It's as if you are less bound to the physical reality, enabling you to more easily walk across that Saturnarian bridge into the star realm, into the spirit realm. And this is one of the major functions that cannabis serves. Now, even if an individual is utilizing cannabis in a positive, loving way, it may still bring those things up. It may still bring up what you might call negative karmic energies. However, when an individual is utilizing cannabis in a positive, transformative way, when those energies are brought up, it's easier for them to let go of them. It's easier for them to transform them. And the cannabis can actually energize you in a particular way that allows for you to see more multidimensionally, so your process of transforming darkness into light, negative into positive, can be much more streamlined, much more simplified, and much easier. So, this plant has a great deal of different functions that it serves in nature. The plant in many ways produces a certain type of energetic bubble that will begin to empower any environment that it is grown in. This bubble that it emits breaks down negative energy. It breaks down toxicity. It in many ways acts as a certain type of environmental purifier. It also acts as a channel for life force energy, for pranic energy itself. It's as if this plant, which can grow in a very large way, in a very big way, can plug into that star realm, can plug into that spirit realm, and can pull down from those higher levels these pure pranic energies that then nourish entire ecosystems, that nourish the idea of the different environments that the plant is grown in. The plant, when it is contacted in a shamanic way, can assist you in interacting with different forms of what you might call extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional frequencies of consciousness and intelligence. For the realm that the cannabis plant assists you all in accessing is the stellar realm, as we have said, and this is the realm where many extraterrestrial beings operate, and many extra-dimensional beings operate. So, when the plant is consumed, or when the plant is simply in your presence, it's as if you have a stronger link, a stronger connection to that star realm, so different beings of that level can then more easily interact with you. It can allow for your higher self to interact with you in a more simplified, streamlined way. And of course, the idea is you don't have to consume the plant. You do not have to take the plant in. You can simply be in the plant's presence. That's enough. You can simply meditate upon the plant and astrally interact with it, pulling in the energies of the plant from the astral version of it. So there's many different types of ways that you can interact with this plant. You do not have to actually take the plant in. You do not actually have to consume it. Some people do, and that's fine, but that's just one way of interacting with it, because the plant exists as an energetic form of consciousness that expresses in your physical reality through the physical plant that you call the cannabis plant. It's primarily an energetic intelligence that simply has a physical counterpart that is rather popular on your world. You don't have to utilize the physical counterpart to interact with the energetic intelligence. All you have to do is visualize the astral energetic version of the cannabis plant, and this will begin to plug you into it. One of the ways you can have a direct shamanic relationship with the cannabis plant is when you visualize this plant astrally before you, see the plant begin to transform into a being. There is a particular archetypal natural being that you call the green man. And this represents an archetypal expression of nature that is directly linked to the Gaian collective consciousness and can share with you secret information about Gaia, secret information about nature, the laws of nature, the forces of nature. And by seeing the cannabis plant shape-shifting into the green man, you can then personify the cannabis plant so you can have an easier experience interacting with it, conversating with it. So this is a unique way you can entangle yourself with this cannabis plant without having to consume it. Just through astral interaction, you can divine all types of information from it. This plant was, in many ways, brought to your world. It was brought to your world during your ancient formative days. For Gaia began as a matrix of light that over time began to densify and densify and densify until it manifested as the physical planet you all experience. During this formative time where Gaia existed as a matrix of light, Gaia put out many requests to different dimensions. These requests had to do with asking for different forms of consciousness to express itself on Gaia in a physicalized way, through plants, through animals, through minerals, and through different, you could say, physical species. So many different extra-dimensional beings answered this call. And the beings that are deeply connected to the cannabis plant answered this call and brought the plant into the Gaian experience. And this plant has evolved with Gaia since its earliest days. And this is why animals, plants, humans have what you would call some type of cannabinoid relationship. Many plants produce what you call cannabinoid compounds. You all possess an endocannabinoid system, as do the animals on your planet. And this is pointing to the fact that your species and all species of Earth have evolved with the cannabis plant for a very, very, very long time. And at a certain point, these same beings that brought the cannabis plant to Gaia contacted different members of your species at a later date and began to teach your species about different ways of interacting with the plant, the different functions the plant serves, the different abilities the plant can assist you in activating and turning on. These beings are still connected to your world. As you can hear, the channel's phone has just begun to play music. This is those beings saying hello. They're still here with you all. You can interact with them through meditation upon the cannabis plant. And to perceive these beings, begin to think of what you call the yogic or Hindu deities. These beings are representations of some of these founder species that brought many different forms of life energetically to Gaia during its formative process. And these are the same types of beings that revealed to your species all of the different functions that cannabis can serve, and the different abilities it can assist you all in activating and awakening within yourselves. So we thank you for this exciting co-creative transmission we have had together today. For remember, you are an equal part of this transmission. Without you, there is no yin to the yang being this sharing, this stream of information. Your very presence attracts this information. So we thank you for being you, for it allows for this unique type of information to come through. Our species, unconditional love to each of you. And we wish you all a good day and a happy holiday. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a great time with that video. Have a great holiday. My unconditional love and appreciation to you. Thank you for all your support. If you would like to have a one-on-one session with Ryo, please check out the link below. And I also invite you to join our Patreon, where we give exclusive channelings, where we post all types of Ryoke events that have been done. It's sort of a database for previous Ryoke transmissions. And we also offer mystery school teachings and techniques to assist you in expanding into your multi-dimensional self. So, have a great day, my friends. Talk soon.